Hello everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Welcome to my channel, Me and My Jackets. My name is Chris. Today I have a whole load of Arc'teryx jackets here. We are going to be talking about their ability to block and resist or not resist wind. Okay, so it's all about wind today, wind protection, which jackets are better, which jackets aren't so good. All right, we're going to look at a whole array of jackets here and hopefully give you guys some good information. All right, so first of all, let me thank everyone for subscribing to my channel. We've reached over 1,000 subscribers and we're going to keep going, all right? Thank you for your support. For those of you that haven't subscribed, please do so. I've got a ton of information here if you're interested on Arc'teryx jackets and a whole bunch of information. And we are going to be expanding in the future as well. I've got a lot of plans and ideas coming, including a new website for Me and My Jackets and Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, all right, let's jump into it today. I'm trying not to keep this too long, but we're gonna shoot through this. All right, so we're gonna start at the most wind resistant jackets, okay, and we're gonna work our way down to the least wind resistant jackets, okay. So real simple, okay. Starting off on the top, all right, our Hardshells, our alphas, our betas, any kind of insulated or non-insulated jacket that has a face fabric of Gore-Tex, okay? These Gore-Tex shells, all right, are totally windproof. All right, they are the top when it comes to blocking the wind. All right, now the point I want to make with all these hard shells is that no matter whether you buy the thinnest, lightest, cheapest Gore-Tex hard shell, or like this one was, okay, this was a Zeta SL, or the heaviest, most expensive like suit of armor like the Alpha SV, okay, no matter what, whether it's $300 or $800, they will still give you the same amount of wind and water protection, okay, no matter what their price. The difference in the price in these jackets is basically going to be in the thickness of the material, the durability, the weight, okay, and you know, all the extra bells and whistles, right? Pit zips and inside pockets and, you know, Reco reflectors and all kinds of that stuff. That is going to dictate the price. But Gore-Tex Pro shells, whether it's $300 or $800, whatever, they're still going to give you the same amount of protection, no matter what the price, okay? So yeah, your Gore-Tex shells are absolutely going to be one of the best water and wind protections that you're going to find, all right? From there, we're moving slightly down to a product face fabric with Gore-Tex Infinium, okay? Now I have two different Gore-Tex Infinium jackets here I want to show you. One is my Sawyer. This is the Sawyer jacket. I gotta say, I love this jacket. This has really become one of my favorite jackets this winter. Last winter was my Gamma MX. Since I've had this, I love this thing. The fabric on here is nice and tough and durable. It's silky smooth. It's got a really nice sheen to it. And it's windproof. Okay, it's windproof. Gore-Tex Infinium is known as a wind stopper. Okay, so this is a heavier jacket. Okay, it has a nice like brushed fleece backing inside here. It's really soft and it adds a little extra warmth. But the jacket, all in all, is a nice heavy material, very durable. Gore-Tex Infinium. Okay. Now, this, like I said, is a heavier piece, all right? I also have a jacket called the Solano. Now the Solano is Gore-Tex Infinium too. This thing is probably less than half of the weight of that Sawyer. It's just a really nice, lightweight, like jacket, okay? So again, heavyweight, heavier weight, and really lightweight, all right? They're both made of Gore-Tex Infinium, and they're both going to provide the same wind protection, okay? Wind stopper protection. So really, really great at blocking the wind, all right? Heavier winter jacket, maybe more spring, fall jacket in this one, okay? Definitely much lighter. But the Gore-Tex Infinium is a great product for blocking the wind, all right? All right, now, I want to get into another favorite jacket of mine, the Nuclei's, all right? The Nuclei FL and its big brother, the Nuclei SV, all right? Both of these are made with a fabric that is a wind stopper, okay? No wind gets through these jackets. They're really incredible. The Nuclei FL has always been a favorite of mine because it is extremely lightweight. And I mean, it is really, really warm for its weight. And its ability to block the wind is unbelievable, okay? This is a wind blocker, okay? So there's a difference on the Arc'teryx website. There's a lot of jackets that say wind resistant. And then there's some that say wind proof, okay? This is wind proof. I've been out in this jacket with a t-shirt on in wind chills that are in the mid to upper 20s, and the wind is whipping around, and so I have a t-shirt on, which is, you know, bare arms, and I'd be standing out there like this, and the wind is whipping around me, and I feel nothing. It's incredible, all right? So, again, this is a totally wind-proof, okay? The FL and the Nuclei SV are both great when it comes to blocking the wind. One other piece here I want to tell you about as well is a really lightweight piece, and this is the Squamish Hoody, all right? The Squamish Hoody is basically just a really lightweight, I mean, look, really lightweight nylon shell. No insulation, okay, nothing to this, just a nylon shell. But it is awesome at blocking the wind, all right? So something like this over, like, you know, I'm wearing a covert fleece right now. You know, outside on a cold, windy day, the fleece is going to keep me warm, and this Squamish Hoodie is going to block that cold wind from going through it, okay? So really great piece. Very lightweight. This thing you can pack up into a little ball and stick it into your backpack and take it with you. Very, very awesome piece for hiking, you know, some mountain activities, because it is so lightweight. Now, just keep in mind that being windproof doesn't mean warmth, okay? It may be able to block that 20-degree wind chill, all right? But it's still cold outside, all right? So you still need that insulation layer on underneath to keep you warm, all right? This will block the wind, but it's not going to keep you warm. There's no insulation, all right? So a nice, you know, insulated layer underneath some of these wind stopper pieces, it makes it that much better, okay? All right. Now, one last piece I can show you here real quick is the Therme Jacket from Arc'teryx. This is a heavier coat. It has some insulation in it. It's basically like an urban style coat to wear around town, around the city, go out to dinner with your friends, go bar hopping, you know, go to a ball game, whatever, okay? It's sized a little bit bigger, but it has a Gore-Tex Pro outer fabric, okay, which makes this wind proof, all right? Wind and waterproof, all right? So there are a lot of jackets, insulated and non-insulated, that, you know, have a Gore-Tex Infinium or a Gore-Tex Pro outer shell, and that makes it windproof, okay? So, you know, even though I might not have every jacket here, we're pretty much covering all the bases that you can, you know, put 2 and 2 together and figure out which jackets are going to be more windproof than others. Okay, all right. So that's our windproof, okay? Those are the jackets that I have that will block and stop the wind totally, all right? The Squamish Hoody, the Gore-Tex shells, Hardshells, all right? Gore-Tex Infinium jackets, awesome, and the Nuclei, all right? Wind stopper, all right? Now let's move down a level, okay, to jackets that are considered wind resistant. All right, now this wind resistant category can really fluctuate a little bit, all right? Most jackets that are wind resistant, all right, can block a really good amount of wind. However, most of these jackets are somewhat, some more than others, breathable. Okay, so the term breathable means that an air exchange can occur through the fabric, all right? So it allows hot moisture, vapor, hot, you know, air to escape, okay? But it also does allow some cooler air in, okay? Some of these jackets really kind of self-regulate each other, some more so than others. But the idea is they are somewhat breathable, okay? So it may not allow the wind to blow right through it, okay? But sometimes some of that cold air can still breathe through the jacket, okay? So we need to keep that in mind. So we're going to start off here. I want to start off with some of my heavier winter jackets, okay, such as this Thorium, okay? This is a Thorium AR. This is the older model, but it's still very similar to the newer model. And for what I want to talk about here today, it's going to be just about the same thing, all right? These have a nice outer face fabric that has a really nice ability to block the wind. This thing really does a great job with blocking the wind. Now, part of that is also because it's a pretty puffy insulated jacket. So whether it's like a the Thorium, the Cerium jackets, okay, or an Atom AR. I want to kind of talk about these 3 jackets all together. The Atom AR, the Thoriums, and the Ceriums, okay? They all have pretty similar face fabrics. The Ceriums have a little lighter face fabric than the Thorium and the Atom AR does, okay? But they all do a really good job of blocking wind. Now, the other thing, you know, with this Atom AR that I find is not only is the face fabric able to resist, you know, a lot of wind, it also has a nice heavy insulation layer underneath it, which helps to keep you warm, okay? So while blocking some of the wind, you're not feeling any of the cold air breathing through it as much because of that insulation layer. And it's the same kind of thing with these down jackets. The down jackets, all right, have a really nice puffy insulation of feathers in between, okay? And that really holds in that heat well. So as long as the outer fabric can block a lot of that cold air from getting through, that down is really going to keep you warm. One thing that I kind of find surprising with these down jackets is my first thought was, you know, as they have all these like pleats, stitching across it, right? And that's made to hold the feathers in place so they stay in certain areas and stay clumped up. If we take all these pleats out of the jacket, all the feathers are just going to go and fall down at the bottom, right? And which means we'll have a lot of insulation here, but not much up here, all right? So these baffles, so to speak, really help to hold things in place and keep those feathers set, you know, in compact areas where it can keep you fluffed up and keep you warm. However, my thought was, you know, where these areas where that stitching comes in, there's no insulation. In the middle here, we have a lot of insulation, but down where the stitching is, there's nothing, right? The fabric comes down to nothing. And I was thinking that, you know, he's gonna feel colder maybe in some of those spots, but you really don't. These jackets are really warm. So yeah, so their ability, the Therms, I keep saying Therm, the Thoriums, the Ceriums, and the Atom AR do a really, really good job of blocking the wind, even though they are not considered windproof, okay? They're wind resistant. So, yeah. All right, from there, I want to get into some soft shells, the Gamma series soft shells, all right? We have the Gamma MX, okay? This is just the jacket. This is not the hoodie. I have the Gamma LT, and a Gamma SL, all right? So these are all soft shells, and these are all listed as wind resistant. Again, they are not windproof, okay? They are wind resistant. However, they are designed to be breathable pieces, all right? To be worn on top of insulated layers, to be, you know, used in a layering system that allows hot, you know, water vapor to escape, okay? So it will allow some air in as well. They do a great job of blocking the wind, but you will get some cold air through it. These jackets are not going to keep you warm. They act as like an outer skin, an outer shell on top of your insulated layers underneath, all right? Help provide a little more wind protection, a little more water protection, all right? So the differences in these three jackets, I do have videos about, you know, the Gamma series jackets that you should check out. They're really pretty cool. But basically, I will say, okay, the Gamma MX has a fleece backing on here, so this is the heaviest. Again, not windproof, all right, wind resistant, but with that extra little fleece backing on there, it helps to hold in a little extra heat. The Gamma LT is kind of funny for me, in my eyes, because it's a pretty heavy, flexible, durable, really durable soft shell, and I love this jacket. But when I wear this, I tend to feel a little cold unless I have a heavy insulation layer underneath it. Now, that's just me. These things are made to be doing high output activities in, where you're building up body heat. And in that case, this is going to help to self-regulate that heat from your body and the cold outside. And they do a great job. But for me, I'm just wearing this around town. I'm not building up a lot of heat. I'm just out in the cold, okay? And I tend to find that this material, which is a little thicker, a little heavier, and durable, the material itself tends to get cold in a cold wind chill. So I feel that cold through, you know, through to my skin and around me, you know, if I'm not wearing a heavier insulated piece underneath it, all right? So it's kind of funny because I find that this Gamma SL, the super lightweight jacket, I find a lot of times to actually be warmer because I don't get that cold sensation of the cold material around it. This is just a thin layer that does a great job of blocking wind, all right, and helping to hold in some heat underneath it. So I really like the Gamma SL, you know, a lot, and I do use this jacket quite often. All right, so that's the Gamma series, all right? So they're just typical soft shells, breathable, okay, but wind resistant, all right? So we're kind of moving down the line here from the most wind resistant to the least. All right, from there, I want to go to my Atom LT. We talked about the Atom AR, okay? The Atom AR here, this heavier winter jacket, does a great job of blocking that wind. And, you know, it has that heavy insulation layer. The Atom LT has a very similar face fabric, maybe a little lighter, okay? It's a little lighter face fabric than the Atom AR, but it does a really good job of blocking the wind as well. This is a pretty wind-resistant jacket. However, the Atom LT, right, has a thinner insulation layer, all right? But it has two fleece panels, one on each side of the jacket, okay? So if I open this jacket up, you can see this black area is a fleece panel. This fleece is meant to breathe, to allow the hot air to escape, okay? So it's great. However, if there's a cold wind blowing, your front of your jacket, your arms, your hood, the back of the jacket is going to resist the wind very well. But these fleece panels do not, all right? So a cold wind you will feel through the sides of this jacket, all right? That's where I love my Gamma SL, okay? Because then I put my Gamma SL on top of my Atom, and this thing blocks the wind much better and, you know, doesn't allow that cold air through those fleece panels in my Atom LT, okay? So this for me is a really great combination. It's really nice. I like wearing this when it's a colder wind chill out, like in the fall, right? It's not freezing out, but there's a cold, you know, brisk wind, and I have, you know, my Atom LT. The Gamma SL on top is great, as will be the Gamma LT, okay? But just a nice lightweight layer. I love that Gamma SL. All right, so that's the Atom LT. Let's take another step downward, okay? We're going to talk about the Atom SL, all right? Now, the Atom SL has a similar face fabric as the Atom LT, okay? So again, the face fabric can do a nice job of resisting that cold wind. However, the Atom SL too has a soft, thin fleece layer. The whole bottom of the arm, underneath the arms, and down the sides of the jacket, okay? It's a really thin fleece. So the jacket itself has a thinner insulation layer than the Atom LT, all right? So it's not as warm, but it has more of this lighter fleece throughout the jacket, and there is no insulation in the sleeves. There is another lining inside here, but in a cold wind, you're gonna feel the fabric kind of getting cold. So while it is kind of wind resistant, you still feel that cold air inside, all right? Now, all right, we're gonna quickly move on here. We're going to move down one more level, and we're going to go to a really great jacket, the Proton LT. All right, the Proton LT is a really nice, extremely popular jacket, and I can definitely see why. But it is known to be one of the most breathable, air-permeable jackets there is. All right. Now, the difference with this, okay, it has a really nice face fabric, but it is meant to be breathable. It is meant to breathe. That is its purpose. That's why this jacket is made. So, while it actually is listed as wind resistant, all right, keep in mind it is air permeable. It'll block that cold wind from barreling through the jacket, but that cold air will breathe through the jacket without any problem. So this jacket, just outside on a cold day, while it has a little heavier insulation than the Atom LT, you're not going to feel that much warmer because it does allow that airflow through it, okay? It's kind of self-regulating. It's meant for high output activities. If you're doing a high output activity, yes, this jacket is going to be warmer than the Atom LT, all right? But if you're just hanging around outside and it's a cold, windy day, you're probably not going to feel that much warmer in this jacket. Maybe a little bit, but not much. That air permeability, okay, is going to be really, really big in this jacket, all right? So just know what we're buying it for, okay? An amazing jacket, but its ability to block the wind is not very good, all right? It will help resist some of that cold air rushing through it, like I said, but the cold air will breathe through without any problem, okay? And that's the way it's designed, all right? From there, we're going down one more step. We're going to do the Proton FL, or what is now called the Proton Lightweight, okay? Same idea with this jacket. It is a Proton. It's meant to be breathable. Okay, period. That's it. That's what this jacket's meant for. You go outside in this jacket now, there is not a lot of insulation in this. It's only this core loft insulation inside. It is not very heavy. It's definitely nowhere near the insulation of the Proton LT. So while the wind is blowing, okay, the cold air is able to exchange through the jacket. The Proton LT at least has a nice layer of insulation inside of it to help, you know, hold in your heat. This jacket is going to be far less insulation, all right? So I've gone outside on cold, windy days, and man, you just feel the air going right through it. It's actually pretty amazing. I mean, it gets chilly. But a nice soft shell, a hard shell, something, right, over it, block that wind. The Squamish Hoody, the Solano, all right, works beautiful over top of these, okay? And then this way, it can still breathe, all right, but you don't feel that cold air just coming right through the jacket, all right? It kind of helps to hold in that heat when you're wearing a shell around you, but the air exchange can still occur, all right? All right, finally, one last piece here. So we've moved from the most wind-stoppable, wind-proof piece down to one of the least amount of wind protection, okay? And my final jacket in this whole collection here, my final piece that's to me the worst at blocking the wind is a fleece. All right, this is a covert fleece. These are actually pretty heavy fleeces. These are really nice and warm, okay? However, if you're out in that cold wind, you're gonna feel the cold air. So the thinner the fleece, the more cold air you're gonna feel through it, all right? The Kyanite LT, it's one of my favorite pieces, but wear it outside on a cold, windy day, you're gonna be cold, all right? Put it underneath a nice shell, put it underneath another insulated layer, it's amazing, all right? The Delta LT is lightweight, all right? The Kyanite AR is a little heavier, all right? The coverts are heavier yet, all right? But they're still very air permeable, okay? These are not meant to be wind breakers, wind stoppers at all. They're meant to be a warm layer underneath, you know, other layers, okay? To add a little extra warmth. I love their fleeces, all right? The fleeces are great. But again, you know, outside on a cold, windy day, they're not going to stop that cold air from going right through these things, all right? So I think that kind of wraps it up, all right? I think we've touched here. I think I've given you a really good idea. So one last jacket I want to talk about real quick, I forgot about here, is this Trino SL. Now this is a Gore-Tex Infinium shell that's made for a trail running. Now, I would kind of rate this jacket as kind of 50-50 when it comes to wind protection, and that's basically because the Gore-Tex Infinium, which is the wind stopper, is only on about half of this jacket. The other half of the jacket is a material called Teslin, which is more breathable. It's not as good as stopping, blocking cold wind. So the whole front of the jacket, all right, the tops of the sleeves and over the shoulders to about a third of the way down here to this seam is all Gore-Tex Infinium, wind stopper. So the idea is as you're running through the mountains and that cold wind is coming, it's going to be blocked, all right, in the front of you. And as you're running, the cold or the warm air you're generating can escape from the underside of these sleeves, down the side, under the armpits, and from this seam down is all Teslin. So all that hot air can escape out of the back of this jacket while you're running forward into the cold wind. Just when you're just standing around and the wind is blowing, if the wind is blowing from your back forward, you're probably going to feel that cold on your back, more so than if the wind is coming forward against the Gore-Tex Infinium. All right, so this jacket this is an awesome piece. It's a really nice jacket, but it's designed specifically for trail running. I don't do it. I've worn it around town. I really like the jacket. It just fits great, and it's just a really nice, comfortable jacket. So, yeah, but as far as, you know, its wind-stopping ability, even though it has Gore-Tex Infinium, it's not throughout the entire jacket. So just know that, you know, when you're buying it, and understand the purpose that the jacket is made for. Okay? All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. I really appreciate the support for those of you who have already subscribed. Now hit the like button. You know, leave your comments. I try to answer all the comments as I can, as much as I can. And, you know, check out the Instagram and Facebook pages we got for me and my jackets, and a new website coming soon, okay, where we're going to be talking all about not only Arc'teryx stuff, but hopefully all kinds of other brands as well. All right? Thank you for watching. We'll see you back again in another video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.